4 minutes late. I hope. Video source required. There we go. We're up.
Well, there was a funny little ghosty glitch in there this morning, wasn't there?
Maybe the computer wanted to sleep a little longer.
Well, that just adds stress to our Arlene. I don't like that. When everything's all ready and it just kind of glitches. Anyway, so there was a funny little glitch, but we're here. We were here. We were on time. So we're glad that you've hung in there and waited for us. So do we have any people that are still there with us? Let's just see if we get any comments about, Cheryl's there. Well, okay. So we know that at least one person's watching us.
We can start our show now.
Absolutely. Oh, September 25th. Can you believe that? Well, yesterday, September 24th, Arlene, who was with us, well, she started to work with us when she was 15, turned 21. 21. You remember that magic number, 21?
No, I was
You don't, but my generation, it was like 21 was this magical number. Like, you want to be sweet 16, and then it was 18 so you could be drinking, but 21 was like,
now you just hit the big time?
Well, I don't know. That we're just extra special. I don't know if there's anybody else out there who remembers like 21 being a big deal.
Well, Arlene and I were talking yesterday. We were already married at that point, so maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So maybe
I had a long way to go yet. I still had a long way to go.
Babies, whatnot, right?
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
you guys, sometimes you find the right one we all find the right one at different ages. It took me a while.
Patricia said 21 was freedom.
Yeah, maybe we're just all legal and, that, I don't know. It was.
Well, technically that's when you're the real adult.
There was something special about 21. I don't know.
Well, now we've got you walking down memory lane. So,
yeah. And here I am back this week. Last week, you didn't want me because I was contagious. And my voice was like Mickey Mouse. I could hardly talk. I came back from that retreat and I had this cough. Now, they tell me this cough is six weeks.
Oh, fine.
And it's just a rattly cough, it's just a stupid cough. But I was just kind of sick. And the voice was like sometimes just non-existent. I'd be talking and it'd be gone. So I'm glad to be back with, I think, a normal voice this week. So, whoopee, I missed you guys, but I got to watch you guys last week.
Oh, yeah. We're there.
So nice, and welcome everybody. I am feeling better, Mary. Thank you. Let's see. Yep. What else? Do we have anything we wanted to mention to them? We have our wide backs that are still on sale to the end of the month.
Yes, that's the end of the week.
End of the week. Oh my gosh.
We should just put that out there on Saturday. It's the last day.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to be. We're on the 25th.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? What else? Did we want to mention anything else about classes or anything?
They're all online.
I think we've been adding, like you've been like
crazy I was thinking maybe we need to send out an email.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Because there's some that are later on, like November. Maybe we haven't, we've thought, November's far away, but...
Well, there's Cindy Taylor. She was in yesterday.
And you have retreat coming up this weekend.
I do.
Okay, well, we could talk about door prizes. So I thought, since we didn't do door prizes yesterday, I would add an extra one today. So one of the first ones is I have this skeleton panel.
Well, that's the Janet Wicker first one, yeah.
Halloween. So there's that. And then I also have the last, let's see if I can get it. It's all wrinkly, so the last horse panel.
Oh, this one's really nice because it's...
Oops, sorry. It looks like it needs a little trim. But, yep, the last horse panel.
It's just kind of mystical, isn't it? It's a beautiful horse panel.
And then I have a bundle of mystery patterns. I think there's 5 in here. So you can have some fun with that. And then I picked just some linen type fat quarters from purples and teals and like a charcoal.
How many do we have there?
We have 7.
7.
So they'd be nice blenders to add to a project or, make something with just those colors.
Mark Gutland saying hi from Sussex, New Brunswick. Good morning. And I think I saw a comment that, I'm trying to think of her name. Yeah. Sue Nodwell and Valerie Bennett were in Amsterdam last week when they said
fun.
hello. Oh, there's Evelyn.
Should have taken our
And Anne, she was in yesterday. Maybe we'll have to have a take this wherever you go and take a picture.
Like a flat Stanley.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something to do that. I like that.
Be our postcard.
Maybe our
It could be
postcard.
our postcard. I saw somebody had like a favorite little Lego character that they take everywhere and take pictures with.
I think that's Beth Lucan. Is it Beth and her
No,
sister
there was
Marilyn?
somebody else that I
Oh no,
online.
they had something silly that they took around. But I think they're at Missouri Star, and so are Jasmine and Bonnie, because some of them are on Edna's bus trip. That's always a good fun. Oh, thanks for saying you miss me, Lynn. That's very nice. Oh, there's Marjorie and Kathy.
Okay. All right, so we have a few things on our table. I don't know if you're ready for this or not, but 2025 quilt calendars are back. This is the Patchwork Place, and they always have a pattern for each month that's included. So maybe we'll go down and you can kind of see.
And so $28, this is really good value because you're getting 12 lovely quilt patterns and a really pretty quilt calendar. These are always great gifts for somebody else too.
And this is usually one of the more popular ones.
So it's good to get them in. There's this other pretty 2025 wall calendar. And this one is $22.50, and this is from the American Quilters Society. But look how pretty some of these are. Patterns are not included, but beautiful to look at and to be inspired by.
Okay.
And I know that some of you were asking for pocket calendars, and I expect we're going to have some this week when we get our order.
Okay.
I did see that some were coming in, so just to answer that ahead of time for anybody.
So we also have these Merry Christmas. They're metal hangers. $34, and I suspect that's 12 inches.
And this one will go year to year to year because it's got that, this is nice heavy
Metal with a
Yeah.
little dowel. Yeah, so those are always nice.
Very nice to have.
And then we do have a little kit that we have up by our cash register. It's a little tea wallet. So everything in the kit is there. So you have
Except
the
the
little
tea.
tie. Except for the tea, right. You can put your own in. But it's a little wallet where you could put your teas to travel with. You could also put gift cards in there if you were going to do like a little gift giving to somebody.
Yeah, you could put...
Or store them in your purse.
But you know what this one would be good for too? Is some of those loyalty cards.
Yes.
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 That you could just kind of keep in your wallet and not... they're on their way home from Missouri, but watching us first.
Nice.
Oh, Beth.
Nice.
Oh, Beth. So that would be nice for like your shoppers and your perks and just
Yeah, the ones that eat up all the space in your wallet.
Yeah.
So that little kit is $6. Everything's there, all your fabrics, the instructions, and you could have some fun.
That's just as cute as can be.
Cute little gift.
Cute as can be.
And then what do you have?
Well, we have a nice large panel, and I'm just wondering what the best way to show it is. Maybe in front here, Arlene. Let's try this. Does that really show it off? Or is this better?
It's a gigantic stocking. There's two of them on the panel with a bunch of other cutouts that you could do things with.
That's better. There we go.
Yeah, gotta aim for a duck. So there's two.
Okay,
And
so when we
it's a
say
double-
that, we're talking about this little duck that Tammy has placed on this little X part.
It's supposed to help us remember where to go.
Probably, I think, more me. So, and then it's the same. Oh dear, I'm just because I can be. So it's the same on both sides. Look how pretty that is. And then you could do something with these.
Yeah, you could fussy cut some of these like angels.
Yeah,
Do
and then there's
something
these
with
round angels
snowflakes.
too, right? Let's just show them.
Yeah, they could be, hot pads or on a front of a drawstring Santa bag kind of thing.
Oh, now that's a good idea.
Yeah, lots of fun things that you could do with it.
There are some very cute little drawstring projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that panel's 18.
Oh, there goes the little duck.
Oh.
Our little duck is going for a little walk.
Then the other thing that we have, I'll put the duck back, we have these tree skirt kits. They're pre-cut. So there's this.
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
know what
say
Sue's saying? I can see embellishments on that stocking. Yes, we could.
That would be fun.
That would be a great idea.
So it's a pre-cut AccuQuilt tree skirt using the wedge die that they did the tree skirt with.
And
so
Tami has personally, here we put this out here,
personally.
die cut all these for you. Look how pretty.
And then we put a bias binding on, which Arlene's going to do a demo shortly. And so the kit is very easy to put together. And they are $48. That includes your pattern, your top, and your binding. And there's also a blue snowman version. Which would be fun too for people who like to have more of a winter theme with the snowman.
That's so nice. And I mean, you could choose not to cut this circle out and
That's
make it
true.
and have it as a table topper.
Yeah, that'd be fun too.
And that would be really nice, to be at the center and then have, your nice poinsettia or, some ornament collection or something that you have that could be on top.
A spread around it, like all the goodies.
All the goodies.
All the goodies.
We were talking about Leanne's awesome birthday dessert this morning, and so we're all on a
trifle kick.
dessert mode.
Like we'd have that for breakfast.
Yes. If it was in the fridge, I think I would.
So those are $48, and Arlene's going to come do a demo on how to do bias binding in case you need a refresher.
This is always good to know, though, because anything with a curve on it is perfect, right? And I'm going to slide over here so we can give you the camera.
So, good morning, everyone. So I actually hadn't really done much bias binding until I was asked to put the binding on that tree skirt, and then I realized it's really not hard. It's very simple. I thought, I can do this. So you start off, so for this, there is a form, I think Tami found it on the internet, of your perimeter or your diameter of your quilt or your tree skirt and how many strips you would need for it, and then how big of a square you need to cut. So for the tree skirt, we needed a 26-inch square. So you just start off by getting your fabric and cutting it 26 by 26. So that's the start. And you can go down, and I will try my best to show you all thoroughly how to do this. So you have your 26 by 26 square, and the first thing you want to do is cut corner to corner. So I have to use 2 rulers because it's so big. So you just line up corner to corner to get 2 triangles. So that's step 1. Cut your square and get 2 triangles. So then with your 2 triangles, you'll want to lay I have to look at to get this right. Yes, you want to lay it so this piece is like this. So your triangle and I call it your straight edge. And then you want to line up your other straight edge, right sides together this way. So you get kind of this, I don't know, funny shape. So you line up.
It's like a flying goose almost.
Yeah. So you line it up along the side here as best you can. And you would sew your 1/4 inch seam allowance down this edge. So that's step 1. So I have that done for you.
Maybe you could show them how stretchy that is.
Yes, it already has some give because it's on the bias. So there it is sewn. I've sewn along the edge. So when you open it
You're a
up,
fast sewer.
that was very fast
magic.
sewing. And you would press this and get it nice and flat. So you have this kind of long oblong, what is it, a parallelogram?
Oh gee, that's too much.
That's some school. So on the wrong side of the fabric, this is where you would get your ruler back out and your marking pen. So my favorite marking pen, I know I've told you all this before, is the So Line pen that we have, because it is erasable, though you don't need to erase it this time. But any marking pen that is your favorite would work. And you want to do your 2.5 inch mark all the way across, all up it. So it takes a few minutes. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. This way you want to do it.
The long side.
The long side. You want to mark all the way across 2.5 inches, and there is some give in it because it's on the bias, so you sometimes have to.
But a good press with a little bit of, our acorn starch.
Yes.
Really holds that
would
in place.
really help.
Yeah, that really makes it
So
stay
you
in
just
place.
go along, and then you'd have to slide your ruler, and you mark it all the way across. So it's a little time consuming.
But the results are so worth it.
Yeah.
Karen Marshallton, good morning. And there's Allison McDonald.
And you just keep moving up to get your 2.5.
So this is if you want to do 2 1/4 or 2 inch, like depending on what you're doing.
Yeah. And again, if you find that chart on the internet, you can, there's different sizes, how big your square has to be. And so bias binding works if you have a quilt with curved edges, or even like the hexagon quilts where you have to go around them, or like a tree skirt or a table topper that's round or oval. You just need that extra curve so you don't get bulk
and puckering.
Yeah. And like I said, I didn't realize how easy this was until you do it, and you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. Anyway, so you would go all the way up with your lines, just like that. I mean, hopefully you can see those 2.5 inch lines. So then, when you have those lines, you're going right side together, like this. And if the lines were here, you're lining up this way, but you want to go on a little bit of a stagger. So this one would line up here. I don't know, hopefully you can see those marks. There's a line there and a line there, so you're lining these up. And you would work your way all the way down. And that's where you would pin like this, right sides together, where those lines are, all the way across, so your lines meet up like that. And I didn't mark the full thing, but I hope you all get the idea that you would line them up that way. So you pretty much end up with kind of a tube. And so then you would sew that line. And I'm magically a fast sewer again. So there you can see I've sewn it. You can see all my lines are lined up, and you kind of have this tube, and you get a little bit of a dogtail there and a little dogtail there. So you just have this tube, and it's all sewn. And then that's where you still want to have your lines there. You take your scissors, and it takes a little time because I did it by hand. And now you start cutting, and you just start cutting down your lines all the way, and you just keep flipping it because it is a tube. I just kept slowly working my way around, cutting the entire thing apart. And eventually you'll have a long piece of 2.5 inch binding.
Continuous, yeah.
And it's on the bias. And then you would go to your iron, and you would fold it in half and press it just like normal, and sew it on your project.
Just even pull a little bit so you can see how nice and stretchy
yes,
that is.
It is.
There's
so it has
give.
the give. So that if you're going around curves, or like you can see that I can totally curve this and there's no puckers. So there.
So it's just a little bit of prep work, and then you've got
Just a little prep work, and you've got the bias binding, and this made a lot of bias binding to do that tree skirt. Plus I had a little extra, which I always like to have extra when you're doing binding. And yeah, it was very simple, very easy, and not as hard as I thought it was. So
Well, you made that look very easy because it is easy.
it is easy. Yes.
And sometimes we just need instead of just looking at a diagram or listening,
Yes.
reading instructions, if we can see somebody
Just
do
see
it,
it.
you know, we're very visual, so many of us.
Yes. So the instructions that I used are in those kits with the tree skirts, and then you can use those instructions for any project. And yeah, just
Oh, Pat. Oh my goodness.
so. But yeah.
No, an experienced dog, Pat. An experienced dog. Tammy, I saw somebody ask the diameter of the tree skirts.
45.
45. Okay, 45 inches is the diameter.
Diameter, the
Of
circumference.
The
is
circumference,
more.
yeah. Because somebody was just asking.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a little bit of math because you'd have to figure out the circumference and then go to the charts that are available online and figure out how many strips you would need, how many inches you need, and then go from there.
Excellent.
It hurt our brains for a few minutes, but we figured
it out. Yeah.
Well, that is just awesome. We always like learning new things, or just even being reminded of things that, you know, maybe we learned many years ago, but forgot that we, you know, knew how, or there was something there. Now we have some fabric, right? Or did we want to do show and tell?
Oh, maybe we should do that.
Show and tell's always fun.
There's not a lot to show and tell, but
This is Linda, and she made this for her friend, but she said she wants to keep it.
Yeah, it is a
It's a
beautiful.
beautiful quilt.
Yeah.
Turned out very nice. Brenda.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was like, I know
This
her
is the
name.
one, you know, where she's got it lengthwise, but
super bloom.
Yes,
super bloom. Very nice.
that was always a lovely line. And then Darlene had a bag class, the patchwork duffel bag this past week, and this is Mary.
And so this is how they sewed their fabric together. There's Mary on the left with all of her stuff together, and there's her finished bag.
So she
It's so Mary.
This is Wendy, and she did Halloween themed fabrics because she's going to somewhere.
Something special.
Yeah, so she made the bag for it.
So all squares and rectangles sewn together. And look at this. Carmen just sewed hers all crazy together.
She had some fun prints in there.
And look at that bag.
Turned out nice.
Yeah.
So I think they were all happy.
Well, that's it.
And this week we have our beginner classes starting. So beginner 2 and beginner 1. So
Beginner 2 was yesterday.
yeah, and beginner 1 is tomorrow.
Yes, Thursday.
And then we have Rosie on Friday, don't we? So
We
it's
do.
kind of a busy classroom week. Okay, we've got some fabrics.
So this is Christmas is in Town. So kind of like the vintage cars, trucks.
Look at that little VW bus and the
Happy
old truck.
Holidays. So this is by Riley Blake, and it is $17 a yard.
I like their Santa and the reindeer and the little VW bug.
Yeah, why not have some fun?
Absolutely.
And then there's some ornaments that go with it.
That's just so darn pretty.
Some vintage ornaments.
And then we have some nice musical fabric. Laughing all the way.
And sometimes people are looking for like the Christmas carols. So this time we probably won't be able to read it all. But the
Or they go
staff
together.
and the notes are in a gold metallic.
So jingle bells. And then here we have it in a cream.
Those are fun to add to your
So these
Christmas.
could be pretty bags, placemats.
Could even be, this one
runners.
could be a good background for a Christmas themed quilt.
Absolutely.
These are 19 a yard.
And then we have this pretty one that's 18. This is a Robert Kaufman one with the really nice winter berries. And this one's got some metallic in it too. And maybe you'd like to tell us about the really pretty quilt behind us.
So if you remember our Walk in the Woods line with Lisa Dolson, when she was here, she talked about it. Well, we couldn't resist. We had to make a quilt out of it because we love it so much. And this is kind of using like a modern log cabin style. It's 48 inches by 56 inches, and it's $72.
I love the way you fussy cut some of these with the birds.
It was fun. And we like the way that we can make it like an ombre style.
Very effective. And it really shows up on camera, the ombre style.
And then we used one of her wide backs. This one was more of a heavier weight, but it still makes a great back.
Oh, it does.
When you turn it over, you have a new quilt. So, those are
Pretty.
Okay.
Well, it's that time of morning where people are like crossing their fingers and going.
Yeah. So let's do the Halloween panel.
Karen Beresford.
Congratulations, Karen.
And then we'll do the horses panel.
Donna Willer.
Congratulations, Donna.
The mystery patterns.
Is Adriana Lenders.
Congratulations, Adriana. And then, of course, the little fact numbers.
Susan Olenick.
Lania.
Alania.
Oh,
Yes, we
Olenia.
know who Sue is. All right. So some of you I know will see in the store. If you aren't local, we can mail them to you. We just appreciate you watching and hope you have some fun with the door prizes.
Yep. And anytime, come on in and see us. We love to see you. And as I said, wide backings on $3 a yard.
$3 a yard off, and they're moving pretty good. So quite a few of them have been cleaned off, but there's still lots to pick. And we've seen some great tops when people bring them in to look for wide backs. Oh, they're fun.
Yeah. And that's when you always hope they bring them back just so we can see the finished product. But sometimes that doesn't happen. But we do get to look into their quilts. Hope to see you on Friday, says Pat.
That's right.
Colleen. Okay, Gwen. Are they all on the website, our wide backs?
So not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah, we have a good variety on there.
Okay.
All right. Hope you have a good day with this rainy weather. Get some sewing done or baking. It's that time of year, right?
Yeah, it's kind of soup and comfort foods.
Have you
It's-
had a
it's
pie
fall.
yet?
No!
Oh, someone needs to make this girl a pie.
I make myself a pie. I need to do that.
Okay.
But it's all right.
Take care. Thank you.